We know in NBA 2K21, over 90% of people are playmaking shot creators. Everyone thinks that's the best build in the game, and I can't really argue with them. But let me just say, the offensive threat from NBA 2K20 is back. You guys remember what the offensive threat did last year? It could speed boost, it could get contact dunks, and it could shoot lights out. It was unquestionably the best offensive build in NBA 2K20. Well, it's back. I'm not going to say exactly, but a version of it is back. You guys see what I'm using right now? Don't let the name fool you. I know it says slasher, but this is the NBA 2K21 version of the offensive threat. These are my attributes, and don't get fooled right away, right? Every one of these attributes you can add 4 to. At 99 overall, this build will have 96 speed, 86 ball control, so you can speed boost, just like last year. The build last year, the offensive threat, started off with 82 ball control, just like this year. The three-pointer this year compared to last year is lower, because last year you started off with the 83 three-pointer. This year you start off with a 77, so yes, the three-pointer is lower, but the driving dunk is the exact same. At last year, you started off with the 82. This year, once again, you started off with the 82. This is the NBA 2K21 version of the offensive threat. Now, last year, you got 15, 20, 15, and 6. This year, you get 16, 17, 16, and 5. But the only difference is you only get Hall of Fame finishing badges on this build. It might be a big deal to some of you, but with an 81 three-pointer, you should be able to shoot consistently. And let's be honest, I know you guys agree with me. Being a playmaking shot creator is going to get old very fast. That's all you see. And this is the ISO build, right? If I want to ISO, this will be the build that I use. But let me show you guys exactly how to make my version of the offensive threat. Alright, so I did show this in my top 5 point guard builds video, but I made it a tiny bit different. So to start off, you make yourself a point guard. You do want to go left-handed. Well, actually, it's not that you want to go left-handed. I go left-handed all my players. That's just personal preference. And now for the pie chart. Last year, this was the pie chart you chose. The half blue, half green, well, those are equal. So the blue and green pie chart. But you see, this year, it's not possible to go this pie chart and still be able to get contact dunks and speed boost. So you have to go with the pie chart right below it, where it has a little bit more green. Take a look at the ball control and the driving dunk. I'm on this pie chart right now. Your ball control is an 83, your driving dunk is an 80. But when you go to the one where it's equal, your ball control goes to an 81 and your driving dunk goes down to a 77. So you can't use this pie chart. So you choose this pie chart right below it, where it has a little bit more blue than it has green. For your physical profile, you always go the speed pie chart, especially if you don't get 99 speed, which this build does not. You get 96 speed. Actually, no, I think you get 97 speed with the way I make either 96 or 97. We'll review it after. And then for your attributes, you want to max out your driving layup, max out your driving dunk, and then you want to put your close shot to where you get 16 finishing badges at the lowest close shot possible, which is 85. So since you get Hall of Fame finishing badges, that is enough for 4 finishing badges on Hall of Fame. Your mid-range, you want to max out. Your 3-point, you want to max out. Your post fade, you want to max out. And then you want to put your free throw high enough to where you get 17 shooting. So right there at 60 is where you want to put your free throw. Now your playmaking, you want to max out your pass accuracy, and you want to max out your ball control. And then you want to put your post moves high enough to where you get 16 playmaking badges, which is right here at 53. And then for your defense, you get 5 defensive badges on this build. You want to max out your perimeter, max out your lateral quickness, max out your steal, and then with the last 32 attributes you get, you put it on your defensive rebound, bringing you to 5 defensive badges. So you see the badge layout: 16, 17, 16, and 5. I always go built. You can go whatever you want. I would just recommend going built. Now for height, I've seen people go 6'4" on this build. But for me, I want that +1 speed, and this is a pure offensive build. So I'm going 6'3" on mine. I would recommend 6'3" on this build, just like the offensive threat last year. And then for the weight, you guys are going to see there's a sweet spot. When you're at 170 pounds, you get 43 strength, 88 excel. But if you go up to 173 pounds, you get that +1 strength, which I mean in the long run doesn't really make that big of a deal. But one extra stat does always make a tiny bit of a difference. You go to 174, you lose 1 excel. So you go 173 pounds on this build. And then the wingspan. You guys would normally think on builds like this, lowest wingspan so you can get the highest ball control, highest 3-point. But take a look at your driving dunk. If you go lowest wingspan, you cannot get contact dunks. To unlock every contact dunk in the game, you need an 85 or 86. I'm not sure which one it is. So I'm just going to go ahead and say 86. So you want to put your wingspan up to an 82 point or 83.2. No, 82.3. There it is. 82.3 wingspan. So at 99 overall, you have an 86 driving dunk. At 99 overall, you have an 86 ball control. And at 99 overall, you'll have an 81 3-pointer. The reason why I'm making this build is because I want to, number one, have something different than just a playmaking shot creator for content purposes, and number two, I want that offensive threat feeling I had last year, and this is the closest thing to the offensive threat from 2K20. Now for your takeover, you guys saw I chose slasher takeover just like my offensive threat had last year. You can go sharp takeover on this build. These are the two I would recommend, but like I said, for content purposes and just that feeling that I had last year on my offensive threat, I went slasher takeover so I can get contact dunks. So you can see the ratings at 99 overall. Your speed, you can add 8 to it. So yes, 96 speed on this build. You'll have 96 speed, and you'll look at your ratings. Add 4 to all these ratings. I hate that 2K doesn't add the extra 4 to it. But yeah, this is what your ratings will look like at 95 overall. Add 4 to every single rating. And just like the offensive threat last year, the build is good. But then once it does hit that max overall is when the build really becomes different and the best build, in my opinion, in the game. I can't wait to max this player out and hit 99 overall. I'll go over the badges real quick of what I assume I'm going to use. Hall of Fame Contact Finisher, Hall of Fame Giant Slayer, Hall of Fame Slithery Finisher, and then I'll probably use either Relentless Finisher or Acrobat for the last badge. I'm just going to go ahead and go Relentless Finisher right now, but that could change. But Slithery, Giant Slayer, and Contact Finisher, without question, will be 3 of the 4 Hall of Fame badges that I use. Shooting badges. You get 17 shooting badges, and you only get them on gold. So you actually get to put a lot of badges on. You know what I always say, the core 4 shooting badges. With how this game is, you might as well just put difficult shots on gold, and then I would say probably tireless shooter on silver, just so if you are isoing, you have low stamina, or you're blinking, you can hit that shot. You see, you get a lot of shooting badges, 5 gold and 1 silver. For playmaking badges, you guys know the core 3 handles for days, quick first step, unpluckable, and then since you're isoing, always help out your center, gold dimer, gold floor general, and then you might as well just put on bailout, so if you do go up with a layup and you want to pass out, you throw an accurate pass. So just like the shooting badges, 5 gold playmaking badges is actually a lot. And then defensive badges, I would go clamps and pick dodger. Intimidator this year, I don't think it matters with how bad the shot contests are. So that's how I would do my badges on this year's version of the offensive threat. So that's it. That is my slasher, okay? I don't know if I'm going to call it an offensive threat. I don't know if I'm going to call it a slasher. I guess I'm just going to have to go ahead and call it a slasher. But that is the build. I recommend you guys make this build. I cannot wait until I hit 99 overall, get some gameplay for you guys, and show you exactly what this build could do. If you did enjoy this video and you are thinking about making this build, please do me a favor, drop a like, sub if you're new, and I'm out.